Alright guys, so now we are on the third part of our series for simple interest and discount. And again, we are going to solve problems para may apply natin yung mga natutunan natin sa lectures. And as I said sa previous video natin, now we are going to solve problems that involves exact simple interest and also discount. Pero bago yon, let us first try to solve this problem number 6 na lumabas sa ECE board exam noong November 1999. You loan from a loan firm an amount of 100,000 pesos with a rate of simple interest of 20%. But the interest was deducted from the loan at the time the money was borrowed. If at the end of the year you have to pay the full amount of 100,000 pesos, what is the actual rate of interest? So, this is happening sa mga banks ngayon sa Pilipinas, no? So, when you take a loan, yung interest is being deducted when you take the loan. Let us try to draw our cash flow diagram, no? Okay, so, you borrowed money, and then, at the end of the period indicated here, you will be paying the full amount of 100,000 pesos. So we have here 100,000 pesos. Okay? Kaya lang, nung nangutang ka ng 100,000 pesos with a rate of simple interest 20%, the interest was deducted from the loan at the time the money was borrowed. So, hindi 100,000 pesos ang na-receive mo at the beginning. Dahil diniduct natin yung simple interest of 20%. Now, our N here is equal to 1 year because you will have to pay at the end of the year. Okay, so our N is equal to 1 year. Okay, so tignan muna natin kung magkano yung na-receive mo na pera when you borrowed the money. So, tandaan natin, 20% ang ating simple interest rate. Okay, and that 20% will be deducted dito sa ating hinihiram na pera. At yun ang matatanggap mo dito. So, that means our I is equal to 20% or 0.2 of yung money na hinihiram mo, which is 100,000 pesos. Okay? So, 20% of 100,000 pesos is equal to 20,000 pesos. Okay? So, let me put a peso sign. Okay? Because this is an interest. Okay? So, may value na tayo ng I. Now, magkano yung na-receive mo? Kasi, itong hinihiram mo na 100,000, binawasan ng 20%, okay, ng hinihiram mong pera. Yun yung interest. So, that means our P is equal to yung hinihiram mong pera, which is 100,000, minus itong 20% ng 100,000 na diniduct. So, minus 20,000. So, therefore, our P is equal to 80,000 pesos. Okay? So that means here our P is equal to 80,000. Okay, so ang pinahanap sa atin, what is the actual rate of interest? So yan ang kailangan natin makuha, yung ating actual rate of interest, which is I. Okay, so dahil meron na tayong value ng interest, meron na rin value ng principal, we know that our formula here or our equation here is interest is equal to principal times the interest rate and the number of years, no, yung period natin. So, alam na natin yung value ng interest, value ng principal, ito yung ating N. So, therefore, our I is equal to I over P over N. Okay, so let us try to solve that. Our I is equal to 20,000 pesos divided by our principal, which is 80,000 pesos. and divided by our n, which is 1. Okay? So, let us try to solve ano yung value ng ating I. Our I is equal to, let us use our calculator. So, 20,000 divided by 80,000. Then divided by 1. So, we have 0.25. Okay, so to get the percentage of that, we'll multiply this by 100. So our I is equal to 25%. So this is our final answer for this problem. Okay, so now let us try to solve itong problem number 7. So from this problem, we have to determine the exact simple interest on 500 pesos for the period from August 10 to October 28, 2021 at 16% interest. Okay, so ang pinahanap sa atin dito is yung exact simple interest, I, no? So yun ang kailangan nating makuha. Our I is unknown. But we know our principal amount P, which is equal to 500 pesos. And we know our I, which is 16%. And our N is from August 10 to October 28, 2021. So we need to determine that. Okay, so we need to find I. So kapag nakuha natin yung value ng N, we can use this formula para makuha yung I, diba? But very specific tayo sa date, no? We have August 10 until October 28, 2021. So this is an exact simple interest dahil eksaktong dates ang binigay sa atin. Okay, so now we need to count how many days do we have from August 10 until October 28. So meron tayong calendar dito, no? So from August 10, so we have here, until October 28. So our October 28 is right here. So let me change that to red, no? Para mas kitang-kita. Okay, from August 10 until October 28. Okay, so we need to know how many days we have from that period. So for August, this is from August 10 to 31. So how many days do we have? So 31 minus 10, we have 21 days. For September, we have until September 30, no? So we have 30 days. And for October, we have from October 1 to 28. Okay? So we have 28 days. And that includes yung last day, which is 28, no? So how many days do we have? 21 plus 30 will be 51. Plus 28 will be 79. So therefore, our N is equal to 79 days. But we need to express that to years, diba? So, how are we going to convert this into years? So remember, we have an exact simple interest here. So therefore, kailangan nating malaman kung ito bang 2021 is a leap year or not. Okay, so tulad nung napag-aralan natin last time, no, I will write it here dito sa right side para tuloy-tuloy yung ating calculation here. So yung year 2021, we'll have to divide that by 4. So i-check natin sa calculator. So we have 2021 divided by 4. So 505.25. So meron tayong decimal point here, no? So therefore, this is not a leap year. Dahil para maging leap year siya, dapat they are completely divisible by 4. Wala ka dapat decimal place here, no? Or decimal point. So now, since this is not a leap year, So that means in 1 year, we have 365 days. Kung leap year siya, we have 366 days. Okay, so this is in 1 year. Okay, so how many days yung, how many years yung ating N? So we have 79 divided by 365. So 0.2164 years. Okay, so makukuha na natin yung I dahil available na lahat ng given natin. So I is equal to P. Our P is 500 pesos. Times our I is 16%, so we have 0.16. Times our N is 0.2164 years. So our I is equal to, okay, so let us solve. Meron na tayong 2164, so times 0.16, then times 500. We have 17.315. Okay, so therefore this is the interest. Okay, if you borrow 500 pesos for the period from August 10 to October 28 with an interest rate of 16%. So ganyan ang pagsosolve guys ng exact simple interest. Kailangan makuha natin exactly kung ilan ang araw na napapaloob doon sa ating coverage or sa ating term. And then we are going to convert that into year, but we need to identify first if that year is a leap year or no. Kapag hindi siya leap year, you will use 365 days in 1 year. Pero kapag leap year siya, you will use 366 days in 1 year. Okay, so let's have our final question here. So, Mr. Sanchez borrowed money from the bank. He receives from the bank 1,340 pesos and promised to pay 1,500 at the end of 9 months. So, we have to determine the following. First, we need to determine the simple interest rate, and B, the corresponding discount rate, or often referred to as the banker's discount. Okay, so drawing muna natin yung ating cash flow diagram, no? So we have here diagram. Okay, so he borrowed money and he receives 1,340 and promised to pay 1,500. Ito babayaran niya 1,500 at the end of 9 months. So our N is equal to 9 months. And kailangan natin makuha yung I, which is the simple interest rate. Okay, so yan ang hinahanap sa ating A. Okay, so sulat natin yung mga given natin. So we know our P, okay, our principal, yung nahiram natin, which is 1,340. We know our future amount, which is 1,500. And we know our N, which is 9 months. So, hindi tayo very specific dito, no? Walang binanggit na date. So, therefore, we will be using the banker's calendar here. So, convert natin ito into years. So, we have 12 months in 1 year. So, therefore, this is equal to, so our months will be cancelled out. And then, 9 divided by 12, let us solve that. 9 divided by 12, we have 0.75 years. Okay? Now, we need to solve the simple interest rate. So, we need to find I. So, our formula or our equation is F is equal to P times 1 plus I N. So, kailangan natin makuha is yung I. Okay, so, our F is equal to 1,500. It's equal to our P, which is 1,340 times 1. So our n is equal to 0.75. So we have 0.75i. Okay? So 1 plus 0.75i. So pagbabalik na rin ko lang, no, para madali. Then we have 1,500 divided by 1,340. Okay? So 1,500 divided by 1,340. We have 1.1194. Okay, so 0.75i, I'm going to transpose itong 1. So it will be 1.1194 minus 1. So this will be 0.1194. So sinubtract lang natin itong 1 na to. So our I is equal to 0.1194 divided by 0.75. So therefore our I is equal to, tingnan natin uli. Okay, so let us solve for this. We have 0.1194 divided by 0.75 is equal to 0.1592. Okay, so multiplying this by 100 para makuha natin yung percentage niya. Our I will be equal to 15.92%. So this is our final answer for this question para sa ating A. Now, para sa B naman, we need to get the corresponding discount rate, okay, or often referred to as the banker's discount. Okay, so we have B. So as per our lecture, no, our discount rate equation is D is equal to 1 minus 1 over 1 plus I. So you just have to take note of this equation. No? So our D is equal to 1 minus 1 over 1 plus our I, which is 0.1592. Okay? So solvein lang natin yan. Our D is equal to, nain natin to, 1 divided by, so we have 1 plus 0.1592. So 1 divided by 1.1592. Then we will have to subtract 1 to the answer na nakuha natin. So 1 minus our answer. So we have 0.1373. Okay, so this is our discount rate. In order to get the percentage, we'll multiply that to 100. So our discount rate is 13.73%. So that's our final answer for this question. So I hope nakatulong itong ating lecture for simple interest. So now we are ready to go to the next topic for engineering economy. With all of that and more, I will see you in our next topic.